name is Steven. I go by the name of Stwo. Like I've been producing for like a year and a half ago now. I've been starting this project like back in January 2013, something like this. And yeah, I live in Paris. I mean, actually, like in the suburbs, like 20 minutes from the center of Paris. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm rolling with HW&W, which is my label, like based in LA, with guys like HW&W and like HW&W and Hobo, some of those guys. Yeah. So I live in like a really like musician like family. Since I'm young, I've always been like kind of like educated with music, like more mostly like funk, disco type of shit. Because my dad was like really like into like Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, like you know like every like classic shit. So I was born listening to this kind of music. Like I grew up listening to this kind of music, and then I started playing real instrument. So like I started with bass guitar, but I still play bass guitar. I played with like my homies back in school. We had like this band, like reggae band or whatever. Yeah. So when I was younger, like let's say like 14, 16, I was listening to like mostly Headbanger, like Justice, fucking DJ Mehdi, Mr. Wazo, all those guys, like French electro. A little bit of rap, but like kind of like commercial one, or like, you know, not commercial one, but like Eminem, 50 Cent, all this, you know, the shit like everyone knows. And then I had this like dubstep kind of like period for like 2 years. It's like so into like I've been to like Skrillex first show ever in Paris. I was really, I mean I was like 100% on this shit, and like so far than like I was actually producing dubstep before this Stwo project, and then from a day to another I just stopped listening to like this kind of like hard vibes, and I just like discover artists like Cashmere Cat and you know like kind of like chill vibes and everything, and I just like was like, yo, let's try, and I tried it, and yeah, it's like it's kind of like worked from like straight up the beginning, which is kind of crazy. I say like one for the books is like I had the chance to play in the opera house in Sydney. You know, the whole thing, which is crazy because like you actually cannot rent, because it's like part of like the city, so it's like the city itself that choose the artist. And it was like this future classic party, and like I was doing this tour with Sango and Pomo there, and the guy who organized, the promoters, were like, yeah, we got Stwo coming, like, and they play my music to like some kind of like the mayor or whatever, and he was like, I am down for it. I'm probably not the mayor though, but like, you know, his team or whatever. And yeah, and like they were down, so I played there, and it's like was kind of crazy to like, because it's like, you know, it's like his story. It's like playing, I don't know, some kind of like big ass stadium, or it wasn't that big, it was like 1,000 people, but the whole vibe was crazy. Like playing there was like really amazing. Yeah, there's a bunch. I played in Montreal for the New Year Eve last year with Keitra and I think it was Lee Bannon and some other dude, HW&W. Pomo, I think, was playing there. And so I go on stage. So I start my set, everything goes cool, like people are like kind of like into it, so it was really cool. It was like, so it was like just after the, you know, the countdown, so everyone was like, fuck, let's party, it's like New Year. So I was playing, and like my set goes a little bit harder, you know, my set is like kind of like, it goes up a little bit. And at the end it's like super, you know, like dynamic and everything. And by this time there's this girl, like she was so drunk the whole set. She was like staring at me the whole set, which kind of like makes me feel like a little bit, you know, uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I go on my set, and she was like, alright, fuck it. She just jumped on stage. She stares at me while I'm playing in front of like, I don't know, there was like 1,000 people. And I'm like, what's up? Like, you know, what do you want? And she goes like, she looked at me and she said something like, she showed me her lips with her finger, like do you want to kiss me or whatever. So I don't like do shit at all. I don't want to do this. Like, And then there's William that come, my manager, and he goes like, he tell me something in the ear, which I thought was like, yeah, you won't do it because you're a bitch or whatever. And I'm like, and I was drunk, so I was like, oh really? You think I'm not gonna do this? And I go straight up and I kiss her while I was playing. And Keitra show up at the same time, and like both they was like, what the fuck are you doing, Stu? I'm like, and I was like, you just challenged me. And he was like, bro, I asked you if you're gonna play Love in You. And I didn't get it, I was so drunk. And I was like, I felt like really, really bad, because like the rest of the crowd was looking at me like, who the fuck, what the fuck did he just do? Like, he just kissed like a random girl. And then I was like, I felt a little bit guilty, and I was like, it kind of like changed the mood of the head of my set. I was like, oh, that was weird. And she like, right after the kiss, she fell and she like grabbed the whole electricity shit, and she almost like cut the sound. She was like so drunk, and I was like, ah, man, I shouldn't have done this. I don't want people to come and pay to see me, like, to see a drunk ass dude doing crazy shit. I want them to be like, yeah, I mean, he did his job. Like, you know, he didn't make fun of us or whatever. Sorry about that.